Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm just good. And you?
Yes, I'm good too, thank you. Yeah, my name's Amy. What's your name?
My name is Shubham and I'm from India.
Oh, nice. Okay, wow. Okay, so is there anything in particular you'd like to talk about today?
Yeah, I particularly talked about today because I'm really focusing on the speaking skills. That's why. Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to speak about?
Yeah, I saw your profile because you like to read books. That's why. And I'm a big reader of that as well. That's why. I would
Oh,
like to read
wow.
books all the
Okay,
time.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of books do you like to read?
I like to fiction, non-fiction, but particularly nowadays I'm during this lockdown. I have been reading a lot of books about giant tech CEOs like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and also APJ Abdul Kalam, who is Indian aerospace scientist in India. Yeah,
Okay, so you're reading a lot of books about business and science.
yeah, science, and I also read fiction books. So, one of my best author is Paulo Coelho. Have you heard that?
Can you
He's
write it for me?
is Paulo Coelho. He's a Portuguese author. Is
Oh, Paulo Coelho. Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
First, is his first book is The Alchemist, his famous book.
Ah, yes, yes, that is a famous book. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, so I actually don't know much about this book. Can you tell me a little bit what it's about?
The Alchemist. It's a it's a best-selling book in all the time because his books about the shepherd boy who is seeking to a traveling. He's asked his father how is the best way to travel, and then his father said you can become a shepherd. So he travel all across the world in a shepherd as a shepherd boy. Yeah, that's why.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right. So,
So yes,
and can you remind me where is Paulo Coelho from?
Paulo Coelho.
Yes, where is he from?
He's a Portuguese. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. I thought so. I just couldn't remember. Okay,
and
wow.
yeah, his books are a lot of books. I have read all the books of Paulo Coelho. He's a best author, and because and his book is 11 minutes. It's about a prosecution about what the people think about a girl, and also Mata Hari.
Okay, all right. Yeah, nice. Wow, maybe I should read some books by him then, because I've not read any by him
Yeah,
yet.
you should read the Alchemist book. It's a very best book. You will like it.
Okay, let me write that one down. The Alchemist. I'll
The
write that
Alchemist.
down. Yeah, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll have to try to read that one then. Brilliant. Okay, and let me just find out some information about him. Oh, so he's still alive now. Yeah.
So, what kind of books do you like it?
Actually, I'm mostly reading very old books, like from the Victorian era. I'm reading a lot of. Yeah. What about you? Have you ever read any? Do you ever read any older or more traditional books?
you know I just started reading books maybe 1.5 years ago.
Hmm.
Then I picked out the books of Catch 22. It's
Okay.
by Joseph Heller, but that time I was not able to read fast, and then I got bored. But
Yeah.
again, but again, I'm gonna read this book is Catch 20. I heard a lot of things about that book.
Okay. And what? So what are those books about then? Do you know?
Yeah, and during this lockdown, I read a Rich Dad Poor Dad.
You know?
Rich Dad Poor Dad is a Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah, it's a financial book, and
Oh,
his
financial books. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it's a famous quote is a famous quote is job is a short term solution for a long time problem.
Yeah. I've heard about this book as well. Rich Dad
Yeah,
Poor Dad. Yeah, I've heard about that. Oh, great. Okay. Brilliant. Wow.
and
And
yeah,
okay. So what was the last fiction book you read?
Rich Dad Poor Dad. What did you say?
What was the last fiction book?
Last fiction was I read fictions books. It's a Ram. It's a Indian god of Ram. The Ram is a uh,
The Ram. Okay. And what's
Indian
that?
god. Yeah, it's an Indian god. It's in Hinduism. So yeah, that's a good book, and it's about a was the love between the husband and wife, and was the love between the son and father.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Okay,
It's a
brilliant.
great book. Yeah, and I read the books of non-fiction is autobiography and biography is it's Elon Musk.
Oh, you've read an autobiography about him. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I just completed the books. It's it took at least 1.5 months. It's a
wow,
long. It's a
brilliant.
massive. It's a gigantic book.
Okay, so tell me a bit about him because I don't actually know much about Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. It's if the anybody who likes business and who's like to entrepreneur and is a technology, I think they should read the books because it's about a struggle. Some people's like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates, how they just invent and they one technology, they discover different things, but they where they get because they are grabbing a knowledge from a books. They used to read a books during this childhood, a lot of books. So they so I think Elon Musk personality is that is he's not expert. He's all of the he's not expert in one specific technology, just like a SpaceX, Tesla motor. He is grabbing a knowledge
Yes,
from a book. So he read all the books. He like to read a book. So he just discussed by a PayPal, but he is grabbing a knowledge from a book. So like that's why he built SpaceX. That's why he is the CEO of Tesla motor, just like a Steve Jobs personality.
right. Okay, yeah, fascinating. So, okay, so do you know what kind of books Elon Musk used to read?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I forget it. The Hitchhiker.
The
His
Hitch-
yeah, the Hitchhiker he read during his childhood. Yeah, I still remember.
What's the Hitchhiker about?
Hitchhiker is about a traveler. It's who's hitchhiking in between the road. So that's about it. I don't read this book. I
Oh,
didn't read
you've
this
not
book.
read
Yeah,
it. Okay. Hmm. But that was the book that Elon Musk read.
but
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But I read recently. I'm picked out the books of Origin. It's Dan Brown. Yeah, I think
Which
that's
one,
this is
sorry?
it's Dan Brown
Oh, yes, Dan Brown. Oh,
or Origin. Yeah,
yeah,
Origin.
I've not read that one. I've read The Da Vinci Code and I've read Of Angels and Demons, but I've not
Yeah,
read
yeah.
that one. Is this one related to the Da Vinci Code or it's a separate story?
It's a separate story.
Oh, okay. So have you finished that one now? Or
No, no. Actually, I recently picked out the books and I just recently started the books.
oh, okay. So you've only just started it. How are you finding it so far?
You say?
How do you find it so far, this origin book?
Actually, I was watching the movies of Inferno. His famous actor was Tom Hanks in the picture.
Oh,
Then
yes.
I figured out the Inferno is also a novels books first. Yeah, it's author it's Dan Brown. Then I picked out in 2015 here the books is come recently Origin. So that's why I picked out the book.
Right. Okay. And
So
what's origin about?
Origin about I haven't
Oh,
read
you
the book
don't know
about him
yet.
yet. Yeah,
Oh,
I was just pick out the books in Amazon and yeah. So I want to ask you what kind of novels do you stop in between and you got bored?
sorry.
What kind of books? In your life, which book is you picked out and then you got bored and you start and picked out another books.
Oh, I do that quite a lot actually. Yeah, I do that quite often. Um, yeah, but sometimes I do it even if I'm not bored. Like I just want to read something else. In fact, with a lot of Victorian books or a lot of old books, sometimes I have a little break from them and then I'll read something else. Um, but yeah. So what about you? What books have you stopped halfway through because you got bored?
I just started the books of then I picked out the book The Shining is Stephen King's.
Oh, this is one of my favourite books. You know,
It
one of my
I
favourite books ever.
but I got bored that time because I was not able to read that book that side. But his vocabulary is so dramatically hard. That's why.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is. It can be quite difficult to read, actually. Yeah, it
Yes, yeah.
can be.
Yeah, I was that by that time I was beginner.
Did you finish it in the end?
No, no,
Oh
I will
no!
read. I will read it.
Oh, that's a shame. The thing is, because The Shining is quite old as well. Even though Stephen King's still alive, like it's still quite an old book. So even some of the language used might already be different to what we'd use now. It's not like not all of it's common language. So I think this can be why. Yeah, but I hope you get to finish it. It's one of my favourite books. I absolutely love it. But yeah, it can be a little bit more difficult to read.
Yeah,
In
it's
fact,
vocabulary so hard.
one of my friends was reading it, and she did the same thing. She like stopped about halfway through and had a couple of weeks break.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's just one part of it halfway through that gets boring, where everyone stops.
And
Yeah,
it's also a massive book, so it's difficult for me for as a beginner.
yeah, good point. Yeah, it is actually really big. Yeah, it is a big book. It's a lot to
So
get through.
yeah, so which books do you recommend me for a as a fiction for
Ooh,
your
well,
best? Yeah.
normally I'd recommend you anything by Stephen King because I love Stephen King. Um, actually, if you like The Shining, maybe once you've finished it, if you want another one, you could read a book by him called Misery. There's also a film about this, set based on this book. And this book
Usually.
is much shorter than The Shining. And it's actually really, really easy to read. I found it easy to read. And you can read it just in a couple of days because it's shorter and it's the kind of book that you really just can't put it down. So this is a really good one.
So it's the misery means is a sad.
Yeah,
Am I right?
that's not necessarily what the book's about, but yeah, that's just the title of the book. But
Yeah.
that's not really what it's about. But yeah, it's a really good book. I'd really recommend it. And then it's good because it's got a film as well. So afterwards you can watch the film.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will watch.
yeah, definitely, yeah. But have you read anything else by Stephen King?
I, I just because of those Stephen King's, but I heard a lot of books. Stephen King's. I don't know. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, well, he has got lots and lots of books, and
Yeah.
yeah,
He wrote a lot
like
of
I
books.
said, yeah, some of his books are a lot of them now are turned into films. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really sorry, but I have to go now because I've got another reservation
Okay.
about.
Okay. No problem.
So I'll
Okay.
have to say goodbye. But it was really lovely to talk to you, and I've really enjoyed our conversation about all of these books.
And thank you for talking with me today.
Oh, thank you as well. I've really enjoyed it. Okay, hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.